Hello everyone, the Kentucky Patriot, wishing you and yours the very best in the new year. We got some breaking news, and I'm not much of a news guy. I'll leave that up to Johnny B. But this is something that I think is pretty big, and it's pretty monumental, and we don't know much about it yet. I'm just going to discuss a few things, what we do know. It's still very early in the development, and then I'm going to kind of speculate some things, give you my opinion, but I really want to hear yours, and that is Wayne LaPierre resigning. Now, I don't want to go into all of it because if you've kept up with it, you already know this. I don't want to be redundant. If you haven't, you may want to look into it because there's a lot of things that happen with the NRA. And I'm still a member, and the reason being is because I was a life member years and years and years ago. So there's no reason for me to not be a member. Does that make sense? But had I been a yearly member or something like that, I probably would not be an NRA member because of what has all transpired. Like I said, I'm not going to go into all of it. You can look it up for yourself, and you probably heard a lot of people discuss it already. But I was like huge NRA guy. Like in my older videos, you see me with the NRA shirts, had the NRA gym bag. Like my old Jeep, I had a tire cover on the back with the National Rifle Association, had like the eagle with, so I was a huge NRA guy. And in the last several years, a lot of things came out, and it really had to do with Wayne LaPierre, because even the people that abandoned ship was pretty much because of the way things were being ran at the NRA. The people that stayed with the NRA, like myself, stayed, but they were still very unhappy with basically Wayne LaPierre and the leadership. And the problem with the NRA, there's a lot that goes into it, was like the board of directors really had no say. The president, the way it was structured, was really just a figurehead. I mean, they changed the president every year, and they even had presidents resign because they weren't happy with the way, basically the president had very limited to no power. The board had limited to no power. It was structured, and I think he had changed some stuff because somebody said that he'd been at the NRA since like 1977. He didn't take, and work his way up the ranks, but he had pretty much focused everything where he had all the power. And what happened was, he was spending money on trips and lavish lifestyle and suits, and basically on the NRA's dime. And when people join the NRA, it's to fight for freedom and our Second Amendment, and to have like-minded people. The conventions are amazing. I met some wonderful people. That's what the NRA was supposed to be about. A grassroots American, oldest civil rights organization in America, but like most other institutions, it began to get corrupt. And now there is a lawsuit, and I'm not calling anybody a liar. I hate to say anything, but I'm just telling you I have no facts to base this up, but it looks awful suspicious to me. You tell me your thoughts, but they have been pushing for Wayne LaPierre to resign forever. There's people that made some bold steps to get him to resign. He refused. He was not going to resign. Well, now since the lawsuit comes out, he says he's going to step down, I think effective January 31st. Now, today's January the 5th, 2024, so it's very, very early in this, so we don't know. It really just came out today, so we know nothing other than the facts I just told you. But him stepping down, he said it was because of his health issues. He's 74. Looks healthy to me, never had health issues before, until the lawsuit comes out. Then he's like, oh yeah, well, I've got health issues. Hate to call somebody a liar, but I'm just telling you it smells fishy to me. Also, come to find out, he's got a $17 million severance pay. So when he resigns on the 31st, he gets $17 million of NRA money that you and I have paid our dues. So I will say this, I've always loved the NRA and like to see it grow and really prosper, because it has really helped a lot of people, and they have the power. It's the problem of it is, things can be great and they can have power to do great things, but when it gets corrupt, it really hurts. But they have the power of all the people to, when we're united and they're fighting for the right cause, to help protect gun rights in all these states and to have lawsuits. The NRA was a powerhouse and a big name, and then they started even compromising on gun rights, a lot of backdoor deals, and it left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, and rightfully so. I mean, that was the reason I joined the NRA. Yes, it was to meet like-minded people. Yes, I love their conventions. Yes, I love the tradition. But it was to help defend the Second Amendment. I felt like they were a powerhouse that was actually out for you and I. And I think there's a lot of good people there that was absolutely there for that. I think it's evident that Wayne LaPierre was not one of them. But anyway, I'm hoping that they do restructure it. Not only get another executive vice president to take his place, but to restructure the whole thing, where somebody does not have absolute power that the board of directors, the president, nobody can get rid of. Had he not stepped down, basically our hands are tied, even as members, life members, whether you're a benefactor, whatever the case may be, your hands are tied. I don't like that in any organization. It shouldn't be that way in a church. It shouldn't be that way in an NRA. It shouldn't be anything where somebody can get corrupt and every member, every person just sits idly by helpless, okay? And I think that's I know that's what's happened. And I'm not saying he's criminally, yet, just because somebody's indicted, we're innocent until proven guilty here in America. So there's been no criminal charges. I mean, he may have been accused, but that's what I'm saying. He has not been convicted, is what I should say. So whether he did anything criminal or not, maybe there's loopholes, there's things you can write off. But I won't go into all of it, but he had like another company that they would go do stuff and they'd build the NRA. I mean, we're not talking, which any amount's wrong. We're not talking a few $1,000s. We're talking millions and millions and millions of dollars. And he's lived this lavish lifestyle. So who knows how laws and umbrella companies and just different things can work. Maybe it's all legal. Maybe there is no criminal activity here, but it's unethical and it's not what the people of the NRA wanted, signed up for, or anything. So for him to say he's stepping down because of health reasons when this lawsuit came out, I don't buy it, not 1 second. I don't think anybody else does either. I don't think it's because of health or anything else. But I do think he's definitely muddied the water. But I'm glad to see him go. Tickled to death as an NRA member to see the guy go. These other organizations that a lot of you have, and I'm for all of them if they're pro 2A. Hey, we're on the same team. All these Gun Owners Association of America, all these other companies that's growing that you've been a part of when the NRA lets you down, stay with them. I certainly, even if the NRA does grow back and they do things right now, we still should support all these other gun right organizations too. But the NRA, if you're a member, a life member, you need to write your board members, whatever the case may be, write everybody that once Wayne LaPierre is gone, we need to absolutely restructure the whole thing. I think we have great potential. I'm not for burning it to the ground and forget the whole NRA. I think it's too powerful and has too much a tradition to burn it to the ground. But I do want to see an absolute restructure. I think the NRA, if the right people, the right 2 pro-A that won't take backdoor deals, that'll fight for gun rights, that loves freedom, that loves America, they're hard to come by these days. I understand we're living in perilous times, but there's still a lot of red-blooded, freedom-loving, God-fearing Americans that love our Second Amendment right. When we get those kind of people in positions of power at the NRA that can really make a difference, I think the NRA can get the ball, go back on offense instead of these shady backdoor gun control deals, go back on offense and fight like they're supposed to for our freedoms, for the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, and not for some guy at the top to be a millionaire on our dime, but really, when it comes to political stuff, when people are trying to pass laws in states, or when the president or Congress is trying to pass law, the NRA should be a strong voice for freedom, not making backdoor deals and having somebody corrupt at the top. So that's all we know pretty much about Wayne LaPierre. Like I said, the rest is just speculation, but I speculate that he's guilty. And I hate to say that because I know we're innocent until proven guilty, but his track record and the way things are looking and all the money that just what we know of as of now, and again, if it's not criminal, it is certainly unethical. So to see this guy gone is ding dong, the wicked LaPierre is gone. That ought to be the song that we're all singing, because he has cost the NRA it's hard telling the amount of members because people just upset and rightfully so. And again, if I had not been a life member, I would not keep contributing to them. But now I'm hoping it's a new year. We'll have a new face. I hope we get the right people in there. Let me know what you think. They've been tossing some names around, some people that may do a good job. But I think they need to be accountable and have their feet held to the fire. If we see they start being corrupt, if we see that they're making backdoor deals, whether it's our representatives like the board of directors or whatever, they should have the power to, whatever you want to call it, impeach, fire, remove, whatever. We have to have some kind of checks and balances where he don't have an open checkbook and unlimited power to do whatever he or she wants. It should be an office that is that just basically has to answer to the people, and the members of your organization. Because if you've never been to an NRA convention, it's absolutely amazing. It's free to members. If you're a member of any kind, whether you're a first-year member or a life member, you go and there's all these booths set up with guns and ammo manufacturers. I've met, everybody from, I got to meet Kyle Lamb, John Lovell, you name it. Just all these guys at the NRA convention over the years, Hickok, just a lot of great guys. And it's a family event that should be looked forward to it all, but I know a lot of people that quit going to the convention because they're so disgusted with the way things is, and it breaks my heart because I miss seeing those guys. I understand the disgruntled, but what I'd like to see is us band together. I don't care if you're a Glock guy, I don't care if you're a shotgun guy, I don't care if you're a tactical guy, I don't care if you're a law enforcement guy, I don't care if you just have one for home defense, or if you just love freedom in America. We really need to band together. Let's get behind this and make sure this is done right. Call. And I know some of you have. This guy today, he said when they call him, he told them that he'll never give another dime till Wayne LaPierre is gone. So we have to make our voices heard. Let's do our best. Let's stand for freedom. Let me know what you think. Any new developments? Like I said, this is new, but next few weeks, if you hear anything, leave it on the channel. Let me know your thoughts. What's going on. If I left something out, there's a lot I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of things unfolding fast. Just broke a few hours ago. So anyway, let me know. Wish you and yours the very best. May God bless you. The Kentucky Patriot signing off.